Welcome to a fresh sip of kosher caffeine with Rabbi Shlomo Ezagui. This coming week, this coming Shabbat, this coming Saturday, August 24th, 2013, is a very, very special day. It is the 18th day in the Hebrew month of Elul. The number 18 in itself is very special. It's the equivalent in Hebrew to the word chai, which means life. Every single month there is a unique way of serving God, and the 18th day adds and gives us extra life, an extra strength, an extra soul in our service of God. But when it comes this last month of the year, as we prepare ourselves for the high holidays, the days of judgment, for a brand new year in good health and with great happiness and much success, this 18th of Elul takes on a whole special dimension. It is the birth date of two great luminaries, the Baal Shem Tov, the master of good name, Rabbi Yisrael Baal Shem Tov, and it is as well the birthday years later of the Alter Rebbe, Rabbi Shner Zalman of Liadi, the founder of the Chabad branch of the Hasidus movement. Let me share with you just for a moment what Hasidus is all about. The way the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, explains and defines Hasidus. And he tells us Hasidus, when you study Hasidus, it will open up for you the gates of wisdom and of understanding that you will personally be able to appreciate in an intellectual way who God is, what God is for you in your life. Hasidus, when you study Hasidus, it is able to awaken the spiritual soul emotions inside yourself, that a person will be able to give birth and direct the kind of emotions he wants to awaken through intellectualizing and understanding the depth of what God is in his life. Hasidus shows the way for every individual person according to his own personal specific circumstances, how he should serve God through his mind and through his heart. That is specifically what Hasidus, according to the teachings of the Alter Rebbe, is all about. Quite a heavy load and a phenomenal tool that God has granted the world through the birth of the Alter Rebbe, Rav Shner Zalman of Liadi. But before him, there was the Baal Shem Tov, who the Alter Rebbe considered his spiritual grandfather, since the Alter Rebbe was a student of the Baal Shem Tov. Let me share with you a story of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement. On the 18th of Elul, it was the birthday of the Baal Shem Tov. He was 16 years old. He was staying over at an inn in a small village. The people over there were very simple Jews that just barely knew how to pray and pronounce the words. But everything that they did was always with an acknowledgement and gratitude to God, which came with a very deep simplicity and a tremendous, huge, big warmth. It was that day, the birthday of the Baal Shem Tov. He went out to meditate in the field, and while he was out there saying verses of Psalms, and he was concentrating all the different unifications of holy names and godly names and placing all the special energies together in this tremendous collection of directed power, all of a sudden he merited the revelation of Elijah the prophet. And Elijah the prophet was smiling. The Baal Shem Tov was taken by surprise. He was amazed to see Elijah the prophet. Elijah the prophet said to the Baal Shem Tov, "You are working so hard and you are toiling to concentrate deeply in all these wonderful names of God and these verses of Psalms and drawing out all the deep energies in order to accomplish great big results in the world. But I want you to know something," Elijah the prophet says to the Baal Shem Tov. "The innkeeper who for sure doesn't have a clue of what you're thinking about. And he can barely even say the words of the prayer. But when he says with his full heart, Baruch Hu, u'mevarach shemo le'olam va'ed, blessed is he, God, and blessed is his name forever. I want you to know, Elijah the prophet says to the Baal Shem Tov, that there becomes an uproar in heaven that is greater than all the concentrations and all the unifications that the great tzaddikim can concentrate. And that was a huge big lesson that directed the life of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov would repeat many different times, Rachamona liba boi. The most important way to approach our service to God is to be sincere, is to put our entire heart into it. I'm going to leave you with only one short little thought of the Baal Shem Tov. In the Torah it says that the Jewish people are compared to an Eretz Chayfetz, a desirable portion of land. We are God's desirable portion of land. And the Baal Shem Tov taught, just like it will never be discovered the tremendous resources and potential that there is in the ground, the same is also in regards to every single Jew. And my teachings of Hasidus is going to help discover the maximum potential that is within this infinite possibilities of desirable land that is represented by each single Jew. So on this coming 18th of Elul, it's a very special day to consider the teachings of the Alter Rebbe, the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, to become connected to the souls of these great big luminaries and to allow their light to help shine the way so that we are guided to a good year, to a healthy year, and to a happy year. Shabbat Shalom, and greatest wishes for everybody. Eksiva v'chasima tova.